Would you look at that? Can we? Up, 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 up. Made it. No, I don't want to go down here. I want to go down here. Okay.
Other side of the tower. Look for a vent.
Yeah, I'm looking all right. I think I found it. What else do we have here? Nothing. Okay. Let's examine.
Here before.
Obviously. Now, it's very important that you hear what I'm about to say.
Okay, I'm hearing.
I've shown you the way in, but this humble vent marks a point of no return. Before you
we're fine.
into the depths here, you should be fully committed, equipped, and focused.
Wow.
No
We pretty much are. We all.
If you have errands to run, do them first or hold your peace. I won't tolerate whining. Is that clear?
All right, fine. So I guess is that like already the main final quest? Fine, let's do that. No, it can't be. Guess we're having to do that one too. You know what? Doesn't matter. Let's do the deep secrets of the earth first. We're here. Let's do it.
Silence. I didn't ask you along for the ride.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm heading down.
I've spent a lifetime trying to uncover the secrets of this world. Where the machines came from. How the old ones achieved such marvels only to fall into silence and death. A lifetime of failure. As year by year, decade after decade, I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach.
Hello.
Until a Nora huntress marched out of the savage east. And voila, for her, all the deepest secrets of the earth were laid bare. I suspect you will have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
Hold for
Okay.
identiscan.
Identiscan. I like the word.
Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Malfunction. Malfunction. Malfunction.
Are you
Malfunction.
kidding me?
You don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elizabeth Sobek here! Requesting access!
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do! Get me through this door!
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
Well, yeah.
Emergency venting authorized.
I understand. Too bad now
Guess you can't have everything.
that will draw attention. We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
We? Last I checked, I was
Great.
the one risking my life down here.
Yes, fine.
Yes,
Now, will you
pretty much
please
it.
get moving? There's so much to learn in less time than I'd hoped.
Well, shit happens. But until they manage to get down here, should be just fine right until then. Well, then again, maybe not, because they got those candles up here. So they were down here and they know the way. But maybe they forgot about it. What the hell is that? Oh,
Welcome
that's the
to
door.
Project Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn.
Hello.
We found it.
Are you really so surprised?
Facility diagnostics detect
personally not, but
multiple
Alo.
failures.
Well,
Attempting repair.
So, what was this room?
An entrance
I
hole,
was just-
perhaps.
yeah.
Have a look around.
I mean, look at that. It's an entrance hall. It's the entrance. And then you get, like, the secretaries or something. Another incident from the lounge staff. So, this morning's unfortunate incident with Dr. Popovich is another example of reception's need for additional support. We accelerate that Zero Dawn is an immensely complicated. I appreciate that it is an immensely complicated project, but as the staff who serve on the front line, we are tired of being neglected. As we have already requested, we need human translators fluent in Polish, for example. Security staff who can subdue enraged embryologists, for example, and dermal sedatives to calm persons who are screaming in Polish while hurling chairs and vases at reception staff, for example. So I guess we know what happened with Dr. Popovich. Yes, most of the candidates are reasonably calm and well behaved, but we need help handling the exceptions that to that rule. Please respond. I guess no. Screw you guys in the front desk. We got more important stuff to do back inside. Alright, what do you got here? We need support tools. What? Reception staff to admin. So reception staff continues to require additional support managing ZD candidates, Zero Dawn candidates. What? When they arrive in the facility. Many are frightened or confused. Some are highly agitated. These are not the sort of persons who are accustomed of having information withheld from them. At minimum, we need human translators, and the langbots are not sufficient, and mild sedatives for the extreme cases. Any and all support will be welcome. Perhaps you could start responding in these mails. So if they didn't respond, probably everybody inside was already dead. Well, Project Zero Dawn for some reason involves... And why is it cold down here? It's cold? So we got frost everywhere, I think. Yet it's melting. And yet it's still cold. It's a bit weird. Okay, what did they do with the humans?
And wait for your name to be called. A selection
Okay, I'm
of
waiting.
beverages and snacks are available.
Smaller room.
Thank you. That's the processing area, I would say. The vetting room. Extreme vetting. Restock or else. For the 5th time, please restock the lounge selection of herbal teas. If I have to listen to one more egghead throw a tantrum because we're out of organic cucumber mint or blackberry sage varietals, I'm going to lose it. Perhaps respond, and this time no tempest or in a teapot and sleep demand jokes, okay? Okay, I guess. What's that? Well, supply crate. I knew that. I wonder. Okay, I thought like Horizon Zero Dawn was like some device or weapon, but
Please
apparently they did
proceed
something to
into
humans.
Room 1 for an important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
Yeah, that would be good, that message. So, would it be possible to improve the soundproofing between VR1 and the lounge area? Most of the candidates stay quiet during the presentation, but the ones who scream or sob can be plainly heard by candidates waiting to the turn in the lounge. Just a thought. Wait. What? Oh god, I'm afraid now. Oh god.
What was this place?
A holographic theater.
CD01 data intact. Initiating playback.
Okay, I guess we now get
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn.
the answer.
I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the
Hello.
rumors that Zero Dawn is a top-secret super weapons program, the technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them, and they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a super weapons program, and it will not save us. Nothing will save us. And here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, We've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to
Yeah, that's
inspire millions
pretty much what we
of innocents
expected.
to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. 0 Day, the day that life on Earth ceases to exist, is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
Okay. So most of the stuff was pretty much already known, and I expected that. But how will they put it off?
Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it.
Well, okay, what do we have here with the hologram data points? That's General Harris here. Yeah, we don't need that. Okay, well, let's find out how she, and what she did. What did Mommy do?
They got in. Through the vents.
What?
Let nothing stop you
Already?
from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this? Tomb?
Yeah, let's say it's a tumor, right? What's that? Oh, an interview. Well, let's listen to it.
There is a mistake. I don't understand why I was brought here. Why would you show me these things?
I know that there's already a lot to take in.
In the waiting area, I was seated with a Nobel laureate in biophysics and a monk, I think. He spoke neither English nor Mandarin. It is very strange. And General Harris? What was he talking about? The robot swarm? The Pharaoh plague? I understand it is terrible. But it really cannot be stopped? Why tell us this? There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family, they have joined Operation Enduring. There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family, they have joined.
Just a second. Damn it.
It is for nothing? We will all die?
We're going to be able to
Yeah.
answer some of these questions.
I just want to know why I... It doesn't make sense to me.
There you go.
You were brought here because of your skill set.
No, that can't be right.
Come with this
I
guy.
am an art historian. I know Dutch masters, Japanese calligraphy,
Undetected.
Gerhard Richter.
The data points.
What does
You're
that
going
matter
to
now?
ignore them?
Okay. So what was that interview thing again? Wasn't it like over here? Interviews. There you go.
You previously worked for Pharaoh Automated Systems.
On the chariot line
Mhm.
self-replication routines. I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've
You
been
didn't see
trying
me.
to swallow the guilt every day since
Crap.
Damn it. No. I really hope.
Not good. Not good. All right.
Really sell a concept and in the lab, in the life of creation. That first
Threaten me victory!
all they understood.
There you go.
Struck flash quick to stop us now.
Built themselves from
The data
memories
points. What
and
did they
light.
contain?
There were no limits. God, there were no limits.
Maybe we'll find our whatchamacallit? What's the word for it again? Power cell. Yes. Right over here. Oh man, so much to listen to.
With Suzanne
Okay.
Albert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said. Not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
Yeah, that's a good question. So the German woman, I'm pretty sure there was a German woman. I mean, that
Look, let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony.
accent.
It's obvious. And it's not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember the Odyssey? That multinational heap of space junk that's been in graveyard orbit since 57? That went nowhere real slow. And you have to get somewhere real fast. Do you have any idea the immensity of the challenge to prep a new colony ship in time?
To be clear, I'm not a worker on the project.
Do you even understand how few people it could save? The whole generation ship concept is not gonna happen. It's the first thing you'd abandon in favor of embryonics. For that kind of storage, we're talking a lot of bulk, a lot of power, a lot of resources. So even if you do it, even if you build it and point it at Sirius X, there's no room for people on that thing, all right?
If you could try to remain
All right.
calm.
You people are crazy if you think you're getting off this rock. No one's getting off.
Medical.
Wait, we're building a ship? That's a bit boring. That's literally a bit boring. Okay, where's that, this thing? Okay, candidates must be allowed to ask questions and be given the necessary time to fully absorb the information they have received. It is important to be aware that candidates have just been exposed to triggers for severe mental and emotional trauma. To not assume silence or outward calmness indicates acceptance. It is essential to stress that all other options of combating the Pharaoh Plague and preserving the continuation of human life have been considered and found unworkable. Communicate this fact calmly but clearly and firmly. Familiarize yourself with data on the catastrophic environmental impact of nuclear engagements versus the swarm and unfeasibility of maintaining life in orbital, lunar, or undersea structures, so that you can counter candidates' objections in depth. Okay. Now, if a candidate asks for time alone to review supplementary information, allow this without hesitation. Be sure to inform security personnel so the candidate can be monitored for attempts of self-harm. Candidates who should only be cleared to proceed to presentation 2 if they believe their mental state is sufficiently stable. Note that real-time support will be available via your focus. Security and medical crisis teams are data corrupted. Cool stuff. Alright, let's get the final one.
I'm sure
Final
you now
interview.
understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank
Yes.
me for not resisting?
I believe we couldn't negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, U.S. Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic.
So the United
limbs
States
to
attacked
it.
Japan?
Yet I
Nice.
continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
That's a good question that we don't get an answer to. Alright then.
CD02 data intact. Initiating playback.
Oh, there. Okay. Let's see if we get some answers. Yo,
We've heard
Marvin.
the bad news,
How you doing?
and it's all true. The Pharaoh plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
Okay, so wait, all those machines are actually working for...
Earth destroyed, but then remade?
Yes. By a machine. A machine of creation.
Elizabeth did this. For life. For us. But why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh robot? And why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the archive of knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
But wait, didn't Miss Sobak here say just now that, that's the wrong one. Those machines that they're built. Yeah, how Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. So basically, all those machines that we killed are the work of Gaia. Except for those. Deathbringer. Yeah, where they are. Those things. Well, the Corruptors and the Deathbringer, they do look a bit different than the other machines, aren't they? Huh. Okay. So basically we were fighting the hope of Earth all along. Interesting. Oh, very, very interesting. Make your selection. The text? That's the text. Okay, oh man, there's a lot to read. But I'm still going to read that. If you don't want to, just skip ahead. Now, you are now in possession of information regarding the true nature of and purpose of Project Zero Dawn. Classified far above top secret. Far above? What's even higher than top secret? As such, we regret that you cannot be allowed to leave this facility. There are 3 options available to you at this point. Please consider each carefully. Trained counselors are standing by to assist you in making your choice. Participation. You will be assigned to a sub-project team based on your area of expertise. You should be aware that the way forward will be difficult and the project's outcome is uncertain. You will be expected to work a minimum of 80 hours per week. Well, if it's about the extinction of human life, 80 hours a week is basically, the minimum. And your communications with family members will be strictly limited and monitored at real time. Upon successful completion of the project, you and your immediate family, or 2 persons of your choosing, will be transferred to the Elysium sealed habitat to live out the remainder of your natural lives. Well, this sucks. But can they survive for a couple of 100 years in that Elysium habitat? Well, let's see if we can find that out. Indefinite detention. Oh, that's probably the colony ship. So they did that with the Gaia. Something went wrong still, but they also tried to survive in that Elysium colony habitat thing meeting. Alright, indefinite detention. Should you choose to decline participation in Project Zero Dawn, you will be confirmed indefinitely confined. You will be given 48 hours to reconsider, after which your decision to refuse participation will be considered irrevocable. Every responsible effort will be made to make your term of confinement as comfortable as possible, but you will not be permitted to contact with the outside world, and death within 18 months due to the Pharaoh Plague is inevitable. When the Zero Dawn facility is abandoned, detainees who wish not to opt to the medical euthanasia will be released. Well, that's not really that helpful. Medical euthanasia. Okay, the information you have just received understandably calls into question the purpose of continuing to live. If you would prefer to end your life at this point, pain-free medical euthanasia is available. A 48-hour waiting period is required, during which time you may instead opt for participation or confinement. Please notify a counselor when you are ready to make your choice, or if you have further questions. Well, counselor guidelines 2. More? Okay, so presentation 2. So it is vitally important that candidates choose to participate in Project Zero Dawn voluntarily and knowingly, without additional coercion and without value judgment on the part of the counselor. Confirm for candidates that they are selected due to their skill sets and accomplishments. You emphasize that their dedicated participation in Zero Dawn will increase the project's chances of success. Frame participation in Zero Dawn as an opportunity to respond actively in the face of the overwhelming threat. Candidates may question the fairness of their selection, validate such objections as normal, even admirable responses. Yes. So emphasize the value of candidates' expertise to the future, not just humanity, but terrestrial life as a whole. Likewise, candidates may balk at the morality of extending their lifespans and those of loved ones beyond 0 day. validate their hesitation. Acknowledge that while the reward of Elysium is not fair, it will be earned. If possible, redirect their ethical misgivings towards greater commitment to the project. Okay, that didn't really give much finesse. When candidates challenge the plausibility of Project Zero Dawn, permit them to review Dr. Sobek's presentation as many times as they wish and allow access to supplemental articles G01 through P20. Allow them to suspend the interview to fully process the documentation. A significant minority of candidates will elect the medical euthanasia. It is important to receive this decision kindly and without judgment. Advise them of the 48-hour waiting period during which counselors will be available to discuss their decision. Emphasize that euthanasia will not occur without repeated consent when the procedure is scheduled to take place, and no one will be euthanized against his or her will. Why would you? Candidates who elect indefinite detention must be informed that they have 48 hours to reverse the decision, after which the decision is corrupted. Okay? Yeah. Which way? That way. So, good. I like to listen. It's more easier to listen.
To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were...
Wait, this is the wrong way. Yeah, we all got to go this way. Oh, man. Okay. And we just lost that one. Okay, I think it's not really that important. He was... No, maybe it is important. Notebook. Elysian. Better improvement, better than completing, better next guy, better killing machine, blah blah blah. No, nothing. Okay, it's fine. Let's look at that. Suzanne Albert. That bitch again.
No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this, but the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. Life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timor. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock? You grow old.
Yeah, pretty much.
With your loved ones. In safety. I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family? I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized.
Why?
A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years.
I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words.
I'm sorry?
Okay.
Finish it. Medical euthanasia. I want no part of this. I just want it over.
I see.
You bitch.
Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
Alright, Suzanne was too much bitch. Hey, Ron.
See to make sure I behave this time?
Security. For your protection. Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my own man.
Flabbergasted, yeah.
Flabbergasted. That vein
That's a word.
in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobek is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist. He's kind of blue skying. It's... Jesus. I'm sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What did you... You don't... Get your hands off me!
Yep, you're not getting out of here. Okay, now we did get like some special item. What is that? Standard shackles. This mysterious item will be valuable only to the most curious merchants. Shackles made from unknown smooth material. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Sit what? Okay, what are we gonna do with that? I don't know. Gonna do something with it.
For later.